Good morning, everyone. I am Christine Miller Beltran. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am a teacher and a student in this magnificent Earth School where I have spent a lifetime passionately engaged in deep diving into the self-healing, and all topics that help to facilitate us getting there: astrology, numerology, the sacred tarot, and most importantly, in my world, Jesus, God, the divine within, and deep diving within. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you are having a beautiful day. We are experiencing today additional mysticism. There's a portal gateway opening. This is the 1111 portal. And what is the 1111 portal? Well, that's a whole lot of number ones. So that's new beginnings. Yes? New beginnings. And 11 and 11, 11, new beginnings, balance. And so if it were 2 and 2, 11, 11 and 11, 11, it would be balance and harmony, or recalibration and renewal. And these are definitely themes of this 11 and 11 gateway today, as we experience in Scorpio season the opportunity to deep dive, and Scorpio, ruled by Pluto and Mars, passionately explore ourselves and be honest with ourselves in what needs to go and what we need to embrace. Be fearlessly embracing what is meant for us. And how can we do this? Well, communing with God is the best place to go. And those words are, be still and know that I am God, and just simply declare I am, because we are all creations of the Creator and all connected in heart. So let us proceed with the messages for today that I pulled this morning, and I will finish with a new deck that I have for angel inspiration, which I'm going to be pulling together with you. And I'm also going to share you some things that I am reading right now that are filling my cup tremendously. So the first card, which I thought was so beautiful from this deck, the archetypal, it's the archetypal deck, but this is the Starborn. And notice the number 3. 3 is about completion. 3 is about celebration. 3 is the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Ghost, and the Holy Spirit. I was reading about the Holy Spirit this morning in the book that I'm going to be sharing with you later. The Starborn, look at the egg. The Starborn, the new beginning, possibility. The invitation exists for us to go back to when we were children, back in that time of innocence, back to the time of our birth, where we knew why we were coming into this physical experience. And those memories began to form, where we were created by the co-creation of our mother and our father in this physical world. And all that we were created to come in wanting, our souls wanting to heal and evolve and experience. A lot of E's there, the E alliteration. So in keeping with that theme, imagine ourselves as a newborn. We can go back to that birth time. Hypnosis is an absolutely wonderful mechanism. I'm a board-certified hypnotist, and I've had many mystical experiences with clients experiencing their birth in this current life, and the wisdom that went along with it. And they were able to see from a different perspective in their higher mind, higher consciousness, what that experience was, and see things anew and make a new relationship to the self and to those that were present at that birth experience. Very fascinating and really deeply transformative work that I'm very, very humble and grateful to be experiencing with my clients. The first card that came up in this beautiful deck, this is another deck that I use that's similar to tarot, but it has different imagery. And this is in the cup realm, which is green, which is the heart, which is the emotions. Okay, so see that together. And this is emotional loss. This card, coupled with this card, the Six of Cups. So you have the Five and the Six of Cups came out together, having a conversation. They're having a conversation about the past. This reinforces childhood and childhood memories. So the opportunity to heal sadness that you perhaps have been carrying in your heart in this physical life that keeps repeating itself in the stories and the experiences that are yours and yours alone, which you're sharing with other kindred spirits who are an attraction for that healing opportunity that you potentially can experience. So I think these were quite beautiful. The opportunity to go back within, not back, within, and dive within for what still needs to be healed. And all we need to do is ask. God, show me. Jesus, show me. Whatever your language is. Guides, show me. Show me what I need to heal. Close your eyes and be ever present with the self and allow yourself to deep dive into the self through centered breath. And this card, finally, because I asked what the meaning was of these two cards, what needed to happen, and I thought this was beautiful. Rest and rejuvenate. Allow yourself to come into stillness. Look in the earth. Look at the colors and the green and the tree, and look at the open palms as he sits. What is he doing? His head is down. He's looking inward. He's closed eyes, allowing himself to be open to the flow of wisdom and intuition coming in. I thought those cards were beautiful. Further enforcing those cards, this is from the Avalon deck that I have, and this is the Novice. You know, sometimes there are things that we need to learn and be open to learning that we may be resisting. In order to be able to grow and move forward and be all we were created to be, we may need to open our minds and allow ourselves to learn new things, allow ourselves to be put into a place of discomfort so that we can learn these things. So these experiences that come in, and this was also in the reading I was ingesting this morning that was so powerful. When a situation comes in that particularly challenges you in the moment, and don't we all have those? I know I do. There's an opportunity for us to say, this too shall pass. There's an opportunity for us to say, because it's only this moment. And when we climb into the moment in presence, we can allow the wisdom of what is being sent to us to learn to be received by us. The novice is still learning. Aren't we all still learning? I'm in my 6th decade of this physical world, and I'm learning more than I've ever learned. Because as I allow myself to be more present, to be more still, I realize the wisdom of what's coming to me is co-created for my highest good. And so I can say things like, it is what it is. And when someone says, oh, that's awful, I say, maybe. Or when somebody sends something judgmental, which is something I'm looking to heal, my own judgments, you don't say. You don't say. Being present and ever present with what comes up. The novice continues to learn, and there may be an opportunity here for you to learn new things that will allow you to come into a new place of experience, to let go of what you didn't even know you were meant to let go of, or what you've been resisting to let go of, so that you can receive a glory that perhaps you weren't even conceiving of. You weren't aware was there for you, waiting for you. Knock and the door shall be opened. We are at the 1111 gateway portal. And this card came up, sanctuary. It's beautiful. Look at the imagery. It's almost like the DNA strands that go up. This also, look at the illumination of the dove of peace at the top, right up here. Whoops. And, or we call that Stargate, that H chakra. And look at all this green of the heart. And look at the little container here that is focusing on the root or the heart of the matter or the root of the matter being stabilized in these beautiful illuminated trees with all this yellow and light energy coming in. And actually this root does look like, it almost looks like a vegetable or a vessel, excuse me, or an open heart. Excuse me, that caught me by surprise. One moment. That's interesting. And finally, in this deck, this is a dragon deck that I love, Fire Chalice. And I thought that this was very poignant. Fire Chalice. So the fire signs are Aries, which is the mind, Leo, which is the solar plexus, where creation comes in. And look at these colors. And then Sagittarius, which is our thighs, rules our thighs. So the center of our being, our mind's eye, right, where intuition comes in, Aries, Leo, our love, our passion, our ability to create and celebrate joy, and romance. How about romance with the self? How about that? How about loving the self? Because if we cannot find that true love for ourselves, we cannot ultimately connect to God, who is love, Jesus, who taught us that the only thing is love, and that love transcends all. Love is the way to peace. Love is the portal to peace and to God. When I asked for the messages for this transformation day, it said that this was transformative healing, the gateway to truth, the I am. Love, joy, and presence were the messages. And I don't have it with me, but I pulled a rune, and the rune was in the third eight, A-E-T-T, which is there are 3 8s. And the third 8 is about making manifest, going into action in the experience of transformations. And the image was I didn't write it down. It's the hook. Fubaz? Where did I write it? Oh, I'm sorry. But it was about the God of honor, justice, legality, and war. And the message was determination, presence, resolve, and sacrifice. Sacrifice of what? Well, we need to give up something in order to make way and make room to receive, right? So there may need to be a letting go process that happens in this transformation gateway for you. Letting go of mindlessness, perhaps. In my case, what I was reading this morning was definitely about the areas where I go into mindlessness, where I go into a self-induced trance with whatever mechanism that can be. That in what I was reading, it was television, and I certainly do that at times. I have a love for the Hallmark Channel. When I put that Hallmark Channel on, I go into some other space and place. Anyway, those were the messages I wrote down. Oh, Laguz. I'm sorry. It was Laguz. And Laguz is of the water. I knew I wrote it down. The lake, the ocean, and the water. And it's a divine feminine energy, and it relates to the star card in the tarot. And isn't that interesting? We have the dove of peace, And then we had come up in that card. And then we have Laguz, who's talking to us about the divine feminine. Now, we don't have to be female. We all have divine masculine and feminine within our energy fields. The intuitive yin and the action yang, right? The yin and the yang of things. Are we in a balance here? Again, the theme was recalibration, renewal, and balancing, right? So we are in Scorpio season, and Scorpio is about diving into the depths within. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, the great transformer, and Mars, co-rulership, original rulership, which is about our passion, our fire, our action. The god of war, Mars, which is a co-ruler of Scorpio and also the ruler of Aries. We were talking about Aries. This is Aries, the northern fire, the mind. Seeing the synergy with all of this? And I will finish in terms of this with saying that November the 15th, which is exactly this Friday, at 4:30 p.m., we will be in a super full moon in Scorpio. So this is a themed week. Scorpio will be in the sun in opposition to the moon, 24 degrees. 24 degrees, 24 becomes a 6, which in tarot is the lover's card, which is the card of choice around relationship. And in the chart that I ran for West Babylon, it is a me, Aries, first house, and a we, seventh house of Libra, which is Libra is all about balance and harmony and recalibration. Are you seeing the theme here? I am. So again, I would like to recommend 2 books that I'm reading. You may know of them. Many have read Eckhart Tolle. Many are posting inspiration by Eckhart Tolle. This is absolutely a fabulous book, and called The New Earth. Okay, I'm going to read this. Jesus, in one of his parables, teaches, when you are invited, go and sit in the lowest place, so that when your host comes, he may say to you, friend, move up higher. Then you will be honored in the presence of all who sit at the table with you. For anyone who exalts himself will be humbled, and he who humbles himself will be exalted. Pretty fabulous. And of course, the master teacher. I am Christine, follower of Christ. A Course in Miracles, and you can see my little dog Choose here, which I think was back in my 30s when I received this book 28 years ago. 30 years ago, I purchased it. I'm finally reading it. After many messages from spirit, through friends, through kindred spirits telling me that I needed to read this book as far back as the early 1980s when I was in my early 20s. I just read a page or 2 or 3 a day. And I'm just going to read this little passage. What it says: nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. This is for any of us who are looking to fill their cup with some wisdom. We're coming into the season of gratitude. We are here in November, actually, in the season of gratitude. And for some, it can be a very challenging time when those memories do come up of childhood, of holidays gone by, of loss, of celebration, of joyful experiences. They're really 2 sides of the coin, same coin. The agony and the ecstasy, the joy and the sorrow, they exist and can coexist together. But the only truth there is love. And we're going to finish off with angelic lightwork cards. And I'm going to read to you literally what the meaning is. As I ask Archangel Michael to come in and cut away what no longer serves for any of us, This is my selenite wand. For every warrior goddess needs to have a really effective wand. And selenite articulates to the highest divine order. And I'm all about that. And I hope if just one person receives something in this message, I will be rejoicing that I'm connecting to you in that way. And please feel free to subscribe to my channel, make any comments. I would love to hear what's happening for you. Oh, this is gorgeous. Well, I am getting emotional. I have a friend who just had her husband transition. And she's having the most beautiful messages. So you know who you are, and I'm sending loving prayers to you today if you're listening. This is number 29. 29 becomes an 11. And it says, love beyond death. Love beyond death. There is no death. Friends, we are eternal beings. And I will read this to you. Love beyond death. Some endings feel final, whether the physical passing of a loved one or the loss of a life or a way of life, connection or identity that we once relied upon for love, security, certainty, or stability. The pain of such loss attracts a special healing quality from Archangel Gabriel. Although the grieving process is painful, it is necessary to allow all souls to continue with the spiritual journey. However, this oracle reminds us real love never ends. It becomes increasingly pure and free from attachment. Even in the letting go, there will be eternal tenderness that takes delight in remembering the good times and wishing for healing and awakening in the ongoing spiritual journey of the soul. No matter what you may be asked to release at this time, trust that the love which means so much to your heart will always be with you. And healing, magic, and manifestation with Archangel Gabriel connecting to your heart. Do you believe this? I pulled it right in front of you guys. Connecting to your heart takes you into a sacred space. You may wish to rest a hand on your heart, close your eyes, and breathe and be here and now. Rest in this present moment, consider what you are grateful for, and then say aloud. Archangel Gabriel, thank you for your presence and for bringing the gifts of spiritual messages, higher understanding, and inner healing for the greatest good of all. You wash away my heart. You wash my heart and mind in the sacred waters that cleanse and renew the soul, and I am ready to experience healing and rebirth. Please hold and protect the sacred space for healing to happen according to divine wisdom. My heart is open to you, beloved angel. I surrender into your protection and guidance of this sacred work. So be it. I hope you receive that today. And in the waters, in the depths of Scorpio, in the depths of all of these beautiful messages, may you find your truth within and connect to the God within, the I Am. Prayers of peace to all. We are all connected. We are all the I Am that I am. Amen.